Welcome to Area DMG.
Welcome back to Area DMG. I am your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and today we're unboxing the thing that you saw in the thumbnails, which is a box from Limited Run. What did Limited Run send me this time? Well, what did I buy from Limited Run? Because you pre-order stuff from that, and then about 4 or 5 years later, it shows up. Anyways, they sent me this box because I paid an extra $1 to get it in a box. Because sometimes, you know, you get the little envelopes, you're like, maybe I just want a box. We'll find out what's in it, though. Because we got to open this thing. We got to find out what's in it. We got to get to this. Now, I know what's in it. And I'm actually looking forward to this. Because, frankly, it's related to a series that I really enjoy. So, I'm going to go ahead and open this in a bit, show you what I'm talking about, and then bring over a couple other things that were released from it, and then, like, tell you what's going to happen soon. So, let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, there's stuff here, so let's just remove this cardboard. This is all the video is going to be, just me with this. You're not going to see what it is at all. I'm just going to hold this cardboard up to here. Oh, yeah, you can see it right here. It's Shantae and the 7 Sirens from Limited Run. Now, I do have cases and stuff for the other ones that came out, which are Shantae and the Pirate's Curse and Shantae Half Genie Hero. These are Shantae 3 and 4, respectively. This is the 5th game. It was released first on Apple Arcade, well, the first half of it, and then completed and finished and released on every other console and PC. So pretty much it came out on Apple's thing, and then it came out to, I think, Switch, PS4, Xbox, and PC. So it came out to actual consoles a little bit later after the whole thing with Apple. Which, by the way, yeah, I thought that was kind of weird that happened, but I'm like, well, it's really just half the game they released, so, Now, Shantae and the 7 Sirens is a bit different from previous Shantae games in that, while it plays more like Aria of Sorrow or Dawn of Sorrow in the Castlevania series, or to an effect, Symphony of the Night, whereas Pirate's Curse is more, you have different dungeons that you go to and such, and then Half Genie Hero is definitely more level-based. Although you go back to some of the levels to pick up other items, it becomes kind of a fetch quest. Like, they took some of the worst things about games like Donkey Kong 64 or Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is perfect in that it was balanced perfectly. But there were games that came out after it where they're like, hey, you need to go collect 5 of this thing to get 1 of this thing, but you need 5 of this thing to get to this other thing. You know, that type of thing, right? Where I call it Stamperism, named after the Stamper brothers from Rare. And it's when you pad the length of your game artificially by having junk in it that people have to collect. Think Star Fox Adventures. Or Donkey Kong 64 for that matter. You had yellow bananas, green bananas, red bananas, you had a bunch of stuff in there, and you're just like, yike. I mean, Yooka-Laylee is kind of guilty of this to some extent, same with A Hat in Time, and every 3D platformer since. But Half Genie Hero was kind of the first time we saw that happen. Well, with a Shantae game. Now, the 5th one, 7 Sirens, went back more to the formula, and then they added the ability to, well, when you kill enemies, they drop cards. You collect a certain amount of these cards, they unlock different abilities to augment Shantae's skills and such. Which, she's got a lot she can do. Aside from, like, the weapon set that she had in Pirate's Curse, which Risky's Revenge and Pirate's Curse are the peak of platforming goodness. 7 Sirens has its moments, but it's not as good as Pirate's Curse or Risky's Revenge. In fact, like, when all of them are out on the Switch, and since Risky's Revenge just recently came out on the Switch. Once the first one comes out on the Switch, to celebrate like that first one, like all 5 of them being available, and to celebrate our favorite little half genie hero, Shantae, we're gonna do like a ranking list for that. So look forward to that. But Shantae and the Seven Sirens is still pretty good. It's got a point of no return where you can't go back and 100% stuff. But if you know that that's coming, like the next time you play through it, you'll be fine. And it has unlockable extra endings and stuff. So in a way, I would say it's similar to stuff like Super Metroid, where you have, but in this one you've got kind of dungeons inside the dungeons, similar to, stuff like Always Legacy or Always Awakening, or even stuff like Hollow Knight. But you can't really sequence jump in Shantae and the Seven Sirens that much, which is kind of a shame though. But let's get into this. Let's actually open this up. We've been kind of ranting a bit on it, but first let's show it here. We have the cover, which is fantastic. I do keep all these because there is a little box. Let's see here. Yeah, Shantae is back in an all-new tropical adventure. It doesn't really advance the lore much aside from giving her a book, which will probably be important in the next game. I kind of feel like the first 3 games are a trilogy. There's Shantae Risky's Revenge, and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. They form a trilogy. You've got your Star Wars, your Empire Strikes Back, and your Return of the Jedi. Half Genie Hero and Seven Sirens are more Force Awakens, Last Jedi, except I like it this time around. And I don't know what they're going to do with the next one. Hopefully they won't Rise of Skywalker it, because oh boy, that's a mess. There's a reason, like, I was just like, I actually haven't sat down to watch Rise of Skywalker, because, like, I'm the person that spent, like, 6 hours in line plus for The Phantom Menace, and then did the same thing for Attack of the Clones, and saw Revenge of the Sith, like, 4 weeks after it came out in a cheap theater. And then I saw Last Jedi like a couple weeks after it came out, and was just like, oh. But I saw Force Awakens on the first day. But yeah, looking at these here, Seven Sirens is, hopefully they'll be able to piece all Half Genie Hero, Seven Sirens, and whatever the next game will be into its own little trilogy. But for right now, I would say that the perfect trilogy of them exists with Shantae, Risky's Revenge, and Pirate's Curse. But enough of that, let's go ahead and open this up. Yay, handy scissors. I like the little cards they put out. Also, one thing I kind of like about the limited run releases for a Switch is that Nintendo doesn't let them number them. Because sometimes there's games that come out on limited run, and I'm like, I have no interest in owning that. Look at that plastic. But yeah, but then there's some where I'm like, yep, I need that. But yeah, here's Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Here's the opening thing here. We've got that ominous sunken area. We have, let's compare the artwork here. These are fantastic. Here's the last 3 here are the 3 that are physically on the Switch. Tastes like, actually it tastes a little bit like cherries. That's a little weird. Maybe I've become, after all these years, I might be becoming like immune to the bitterant they put on Nintendo Switch games. Yeah, if you've been watching these forever, you know that every Nintendo Switch game that I own, I have tasted. I'm not proud of that, but hundreds of, like, what is that, over 100 plus games later, I'm just like, yep. That bitterant's actually starting to taste okay. That's probably a bad thing. Anyways, here's the little booklet that comes with it. I didn't go with the special edition. I was just like, nah, I want this. And it goes over like some of the bad guys and some of the characters, some of the cast. That's good. And I'm not going to go through it. I like that it's full color and it's awesome. And I'm looking forward, because I bought the little commemorative box too, that once all 5 of them are out, you can put it in the commemorative box. I'm like, hey, that looks kind of cool. But yeah, there are 3 physically and 4 digitally. When Shantae for the Game Boy Color comes out, digitally. All 5 will be available digitally, and we'll do a ranking of them, like from the best to the worst. But not really so much worst. I mean, I feel that some of them are weaker than others, but they're weak in a way that they're not like weak in the way that you look at a Star Wars movie and you think, oh, that was terrible. Like with Last Jedi, you look at it in the way that you think like, man, this Castlevania game or this Metroid game wasn't as good as the last Metroid game. Like, say, that'd be like looking at, say, Metroid 1 is not as good as Metroid 2 or 3 or 4. But they're all better than Other M, but Other M is good on its own. So what we're looking at is like, is this an S-rank game or like maybe a B+? But yeah, that's Shantae and the Seven Sirens. It's no longer available for order from Limited Run because that's how they roll. I mean, I may not think it's the best idea. I kind of wish they'd do reissues of some stuff. But yeah, there you go. That's Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Only for Shantae Half Genie Hero was released physically in stores, whereas all the other ones have been limited run. And it's nice to see that they went ahead and did re-release like the Game Boy Color one and Risky's Revenge is physical. So once those two are out physically, the Nintendo Switch will be the only system capable of playing all 5 games in the series. Normally, unless of course like, wait, no, I think they're probably releasing like the, I think they might be releasing those on like the Xbox and PS4, but you can't really take those in your pocket with you. So yeah. Anyways, let me know in the comments below, are you a fan of this series? Do you still want Shantae to show up and Smash? I really think she probably has a chance. I mean, what, we got like 3 or 4 more characters left, and we had like Steve from Minecraft in there, so yeah, actually I will be so weirdly annoyed if they put like Sora from Kingdom Hearts in it. I'm like, why? Can't even use half the music in his game. Sorry, no. And seriously. But no, going back to that, like, let me know in the comments below what you think. Hit that thumbs up, the share button, the subscribe button, ring that little bell so you're notified whenever we have a brand new video here on Area DMG. And until next video comes out, you are now caught up.
Morning, Maya.